Small Town Minds.
Hello, welcome to Small Town Minds, a podcast about anything, everything, and probably absolutely nothing from one, two, three, four guys from a small town in Tennessee. We're all from the same great small town in Tennessee. Yeah, all right. Welcome back with us there, Cliff.
Glad to be back. Glad to be back.
Yeah,
Glad to see everyone tonight.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, we got a lot of topics we're going to run through real quick. All right, so we're going to start off a little lighthearted here, talk about some music and stuff like that. Violet Grohl, Braden.
Yeah, so this is something I brought up at the very end of last week. Sampled most of the album. I guess it's the lead single, "Bug in the Cake." My girls really like that song because it's. At first, I thought the lyric was "going to grandma's," but it's "moving to grandma's," and they that kind of caught their ear. But I want to listen to it some more. But I thought overall, like, solid, very 90s, very 90s. I really enjoyed what I listened to.
I thought the same thing. I saw her on Fallon the other night, and it was pretty good. Yeah, that's what I thought too. It was very 90s, and it's very repetitive. It kind of reminded me a little bit of Bleach, kind of. Like everything felt like she said the same thing over and over again. I liked it though. The music was great.
Yeah.
What do you think, Matt?
I listened to quite a few off the album on Apple Music. Very Hole-esque to me. Like it reminds me of the second album of Hole quite a bit. But don't get me wrong, there's a lot of modern influence in there too. But when she uses the distortion voice, it really felt that way. There were some pretty good songs. I want to go back and listen to them also and go through the lyrics. The only thing to eat is poverty and sweat. That was a pretty wild line in one of the songs. So yeah, I think I will listen to it again.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm probably going to be in the minority here. So I did listen to it. I listened to most of it pretty much. Bug in the Cake's probably one of the better ones I think that I liked. It's sort of, I felt like it might have been like a spiritual sequel to Sliver in a way. Could I be wrong, baby?
So that's kind of where I got.
Yeah. So that's kind of fun. The problem that I have with the album, which is kind of the problem that I have with most new music, is that there's just no passion, like huge, raging passion. When you look at Dave Grohl's first album, "This Is a Call," or even Monkey Ranch Off 2. I mean, we're like, listen to that, and it's rage filled. She's a young person. She should be full of rage. And I feel like a lot of music these days are just more whispery stuff, and she does a lot of that too. Sometimes she's like channeling Sheryl Crow even with some of that whispery stuff. But Sheryl Crow, she goes on and ranges to such a higher octave. I mean, there's a couple that maybe gets a little bit of that, but I feel like overall it's just a little too whispery, kind of like, oh yeah, that's my take on it. That's just from one listen to I listened to Bug in the Cake twice, and the first I liked it better the second time than I did the first, so maybe I like the rest of it more the second time around too. But that's just my sort of critique on it.
Bug in the Cake, it kind of felt a lot. The musicians just felt like very studio, musicians. It didn't feel like there was a lot of feel to it. It was just, I don't know if y'all got that, but I like the solo and everything. It was neat, but it was, it may have just been because it was Violet. I like it.
I need some passion, man. I need a little blood in there,
I feel that.
Yeah. All right. So let's move on to a few other little musical things. Now, Brady, I don't know if you want to talk about this. We talked about it last time, but that was the part that I deleted. You talked about what was it? Rodrigo. What's her name? Olivia
Olivia Rodrigo. Yeah.
Rodrigo, and the also the guy, the
Jesse Wells.
folk singer
Yeah.
guy. I don't know if you want to touch on that
Uh,
again.
yeah. So super quick. Olivia Rodrigo. She released her new album yesterday, and unabashedly, like I do like a lot of her stuff. And again, if I wasn't a dad, I probably would not be listening to it. But I find myself, I'm like, this is actually kind of decent. But to your point, Mike, there is a lot of the whispery stuff.
Yeah.
Maggots for Brains, I thought that was really 80s, and I really enjoyed that one. Then Jesse Wells, again, Mike, I know you you aren't the biggest fan, and in some regards, I get it, but very political stuff on. He actually released an album as well yesterday that had that mask off, as well as I think it was Techno Pagans that I sent you guys, and um, really solid writing in my opinion. I get the sound may not be for everyone. The lyric that I mentioned in the group chat that really stuck out to me. The more I understand, the more misunderstood I feel. I thought that was a hell of a line. But yeah, solid stuff. So yeah, that's
Well, see, the thing about the whispery stuff, like whispery artists and stuff, we've always kind of had that. Even in the '90s, we had some of those bands, but typically, usually they would kick in eventually, or maybe they wouldn't. But we had enough variety to go around where it was just we had people screaming
yeah,
and belting out a lot of great choruses and stuff. And it's just I feel like it's just overwhelmingly throughout most music. That's just sort of what we're getting these days. I could be wrong. Did you guys listen to either of those songs that he just mentioned, or those artists?
I've actually listened to quite a bit of Olivia Rodrigo. I really enjoy her music also. Saw her on Saturday Night Live a few weeks back with two of the new songs. The one you had mentioned, I'm horrible with names, um, is one that we saw there. And then I've listened to it quite a bit with my daughter and my wife too. Just really raw lyrics. I think she does a really good job of presenting things. I have heard a few of her older songs and they feel more punky, and I want to go back and listen to those things also. So I would feel confident saying she's probably my favorite current artist.
Okay.
I'm
All right.
not familiar enough with her.
Yeah. I just listen to what they send me. Uh, I went down a little rabbit hole today. It was with McKenna Grace. Now, and I hadn't heard a whole lot of her stuff, but everything I kind of listened to today, I did like. She has a song called "You Ruined Nirvana," which I thought was really cool. And she caught my attention because she's actually in Scream 7. She's an actress. She's in Scream 7, and she actually did a collaboration on a song with Ice Nine Kills, and that's where I first heard her sing. But I like a lot of her stuff. Now she's newer, she's an upcoming young artist, and I mean she has a little bit more passion, I feel like, in a
yeah.
lot of her stuff. So I said today was really the first time I kind of just went from video to video watching some of her stuff, but I liked everything I kind of heard. So maybe that's one to deep dive into. Um, other, Go ahead, Matt.
Oh, I was going to agree, and I didn't realize that she was on Young Sheldon. She was uh, the girl that was super intelligent, and a few things like that too. So I mean, this I see her sing. That was really good. I thought the lyrics were really good. Um, I'm still getting used to newer hooks, but I think it was a really good hook overall. So yeah, I definitely want to listen to more of that too. So um, excited.
Cool,
Maybe
cool,
some new
cool.
music I'll really get into.
Yeah, listen to that Einstein Kills song with her too from Scream 7. It's really good. Um, Other than that, music wise, Braden sent some funny songs, or maybe not funny. I don't. The White House Ballroom Blitz and Hey There Melania. Now these were hilarious. I don't know if you listened to these, Matt, but I think I liked Hey There Melania the best because they were just fucking just outrageous. Tell us a little bit about that, Braden.
Yeah, so I actually a gentleman I work with sent me those, and I don't. Obviously, it's AI. I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
think this was Iran this time, but yeah, I really don't know a whole lot about the backstory behind either of them. But I thought they were both really clever
Yeah.
and just really ruthless in the best ways. Good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Cliff, I don't know if you checked them out or not, but if you get a chance, check those out. Yeah. On YouTube, they're hilarious.
All right.
Um, one more thing about music. Listen to this. Michael Graves. Everybody know who that is? Michael Graves of the Misfits has pivoted to Christian music. This was a kind of a head turner. Okay. Any thoughts on that, Matt?
I've actually been back on a Misfits kick, so it was kind of
Yeah,
a
yeah,
weird thing for me because I've been talking about killing babies and things like that, singing along with the songs. So um, it definitely odd, struck me odd, but I
uh-huh.
mean, we've seen several folks who played music in that era that suddenly going Christian and playing
Then usually go
whatever.
back. I mean, what? Yeah, yeah. It does happen sometimes. It is an odd choice. I mean, again, not that I know him personally, but yeah, you look at all the lyrics and the sort of style of the Misfits, it does seem a little odd. Anybody else got anything on that?
It is odd,
Yeah,
very.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. All right, let's go to some movies and TV shows for a second. I did watch that Michael movie, the new movie Michael. What would you call it? The one-sided fluff piece. No, not really. I mean, I can't really say it. I mean, honestly, I mean, it's a pretty good movie. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. I mean, you got to think about Michael. He had such an I mean, he started when he was so young. So there was such an expansive career and everything that really, I mean, could you really encapsulate everything in a 2 hour movie or 2.5 hour movie? No, you couldn't. Now, granted, of course, yes, the Jackson estate is behind this movie, so it's not going to be, a shit show ragging on him. But I mean, you just can't help but move your feet to the beats and the songs and stuff. And it's like, damn, he really was genuinely a great artist, uh, regardless of everything else. But I mean, and it seems to me like, honestly, it may even be making a part two. Well, it made over $900 million, so I think that's pretty evident that it can happen. And the only reason I say that too is because they actually didn't even go through his life. It ended after what's the album after Thriller? Was it Beat It? I think they ended it there, so they didn't even get into like black and white and all that stuff. Anything beyond those years, like so. Um, so really, like there's way more to tell. I don't know if they would ever even tell any of that other stuff though. I mean, they did not allude to it at all whatsoever. As a matter of fact, the only thing that they did with him with children is they show him like going to like like say the hospitals where the kids are sick and him just sitting with them and doing that sort of charitable work, which he was charitable and stuff. He did a lot of that stuff. That is true, but obviously it just didn't get into that other stuff. Now I'm fine with it. Again, you have to know the whole story to really probably get the whole big picture. But as a movie that is about mostly his music. I would say mostly his music, or mostly like the telling of his music and how it came to be. I think it's fine. Uh, again, there was another thing on Netflix too. It's called Michael Jackson: The Verdict. I watched that as well. Now, I don't really feel like that one really leaned too far one way or the other necessarily. I think it was a little bit unbiased, or at least to a degree. I mean, it did show the interviews and stuff of him saying like, yeah, I want to sleep with, basically, yeah, I like sleeping with little kids. What's wrong? There's nothing wrong with sleeping with little kids, which obviously, I mean, I know it's a different time, but still, um, I don't know. Anybody see that stuff? Any of that?
Nope. Not yet.
Definitely want to see it. Just haven't seen it yet.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean, check it out when you can. Like I said, the verdict is on Netflix. That documentary, if you want to watch that. But I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there. Obviously, we talked about the Leaving Neverland documentaries that have been pulled, but you can find them out there. So if you want to check those out. All right. So Matt watched some shows. He watched Spider Noir. Did you watch that, Matt?
Oh yeah, very much enjoyed it. Like I wondered at first, I was really questioning whether I would enjoy that type of Spider-Man, but it was a really great take. Um, if you haven't seen it, that's one thing of the things I would suggest. To watch that one. It's good. You basically have 8 mini movies leading up to the end of this one. I'm not for sure that they left it open for a season 2, but there may be a way to spin that out. But I thought it was really well written. I think some very surprising visuals. But yeah, different take on Spider-Man altogether. It was really good. Nick Cage did an amazing job.
Yeah, I did watch the first episode. Seemed pretty good. It definitely is different. It's not. This isn't the old Spidey that you're used to for sure. So it is noir for sure. So if you like that kind of stuff, I'd say you check it out. Did one of you guys watch that?
Just a trailer.
Just a trailer, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard from multiple people at work that it's worth checking out, and also hearing from you guys. So yeah, I've definitely got to get around to watching it.
Yeah. All right. And you also watched that Margot's Got Money Troubles I was talking about, Matt?
Yeah, that was a really good one too. There's certain parts of that fit very close to my life. I'm not
The OnlyFans?
Yeah. Unfortunately, no. Nobody pays that for my feet pics, so I don't quite get to go that way. But yeah, there was certain parts of the storyline that were very reminiscent of parts of my lifetime storyline. So it was very neat to have that aspect of it in my head. But I thought that was another one where there's just great acting. Now there's some big names in that one too, so you'll probably expect some good acting. But I thought it was a really great story. Laughed a lot. Man, got very emotional. I think I cried a couple of times. Yeah, I'll admit it. I cried a couple of times. But no, I thought it was very well written. It's good humor, good feel, and it kind of gives you a different perspective on a lot of the things that are going on.
Yeah. You cried at the alien dance scene, didn't you?
Yes.
You
The alien dancing is what made me cry. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah. All right. Cool. All right, let's move on to some other topics here. Listen to this. Google's planning to release millions of mosquitoes in California and Florida to stop diseases. What do you think about this, Cliff?
What kind of diseases? And I know they do this kind of stuff all the time, but I know not Google. That's
Yeah,
the only thing. That's the only thing that worries me.
Google that's a weird one. Like, okay, that's interesting. And like West Nile and stuff like that. They're trying to sort of, I think, weed out the other ones that carry this stuff.
I'm all for that. But can they do something for ticks now?
Anybody else got any of that?
No.
Still worry it's Google.
Yeah. It's a little weird. All right. Matt, you want to talk about butt breaking? You sent us a butt breathing. Not breathing.
I forgot all about that.
It's a different show.
Until you said that, I forgot all about it. But apparently, they have been scientists have been testing whether you can breathe through your butt, because apparently, I guess pigs can and something else. So now they're trying to see what all can breathe through its butt.
Turtles. I think turtles can.
Okay.
I might be speaking out of my ass right there, but
you're breathing out of it.
I'm breathing. Yeah, I'm breathing. Yeah. I want to say turtles, but yeah. I'm all for it.
I just thought of all the weird things that pop up in my line. Here it was talking about breathing out of your butt.
That's some interesting algorithm you got there. All right, so
what's he been Googling?
Braden, judge learns lawyers on both sides used AI, cancels trial.
Yeah, so this popped up, and it was in Mississippi. Yeah, apparently they were both using chatbots. They were fighting over unpaid legal fees, and they got caught using AI to draft response filings. And it surprises me, how far do we go down the road before, and I think we've talked about it on here, AI lawyers, AI doctors. I mean, obviously right now in its current state, who knows what's available to the public probably isn't the best, but this was kind of a funny one, but it also doesn't surprise me. We talked about it on here a few weeks ago. During graduation season, there was a kid who was holding up a tablet and showing, like, after he received his diploma, the chat GPT responses to all the tests or what have you. And that, yeah, doesn't surprise me at all.
Well, but when we get to like a situation where it's like a murder trial or something, and then we get it thrown out because of the shit. I mean, that's when it's going to
Yeah,
be a little bit more higher stakes. I mean,
yeah,
uh, it, it we've all, not all, but I mean, let's face it. I mean, everybody's just becoming lazier and lazier, right? It's like you just can't even write what you need to write as a lawyer. I mean, I don't know. It just seems kind of silly. Uh,
yeah,
and everybody know, like, you're a lawyer. I know that Chat GPT can spit out some shit that you can probably detect that's probably going to sound like AI. So why would you even bother trying to put it to a court? It's wild. Cliff, anything else on that?
No, there's laziness sounds like.
Yeah, Matt,
Yeah.
anything?
It wasn't anything that I was aware of that is wild to hear. I know lots of companies are using AI for all kinds of things, drafting emails,
Oh yeah.
building tools. So, it, in a sense, that's kind of what it's going to, is the AI just writing all this stuff. I know I would like to look more into it, but my wife was telling me about something that she was reading, that I guess about the decline of intelligence. People don't read, they don't write
Oh yeah.
anymore, and just how quickly that's causing intelligence decline.
And it's easy. Everything's one search away. You've got every answer. So kids and everything. I saw something about that too. Like, I don't guess you have to wonder about anything anymore. It just, the answer is there. So it's there and gone. It doesn't retain very well. I don't believe like that.
Yeah, I mean, we don't remember phone numbers anymore. We don't
Right.
remember. We don't. I don't even worry about remembering where I'm going. I just wait for it to tell me that I got to turn in 1 mile. So I mean, there's a lot of that stuff that I can even see in myself, that I used to, always in my head I was counting, like, I'll get there at 2:15, because I was counting my mileage. I knew exactly where I was going, where I was going to turn, and I don't do those things anymore. So it's definitely like, I even feel that this makes a lot of sense for this to be a study, because I can see the cognitive decline in myself. I know I'm getting older too, so maybe that's just it, but I don't think it is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it does happen. I mean, I think that with each generation, I used to call TV the idiot box, because people spent so much time on it. And even myself, I'm not an avid reader. I mean, not really. Like, I do have probably some ADHD, and I do have a hard time with it. But um, I think that as we go along and more, and as people get addicted to these phones and TikTok and all these doom scrolling stuff, it will get more and more of a problem for everybody as far as cognitive memory and stuff. I mean, yeah, the less that I mean, as the old saying says, if you don't use it, you lose it, right? So, anything else on that, Braden?
no, just like any muscle, the brain needs to be exercised. So like you said, if we're not exercising it, it's gonna turn to mush. We're gonna have pot-belly brains.
Yeah. All right. All right. Up next, this is the three-part. I'm gonna go ahead and say all three parts, and we'll just converse it all together. Okay. CBS fires 60 Minutes correspondent Scott Paley. I think that's his name. He says that Barbie Weiss is the one who wanted him to lie about Renee Good and say she was driving toward the cops and probably a lot of other things that he just wasn't going to stand for, and they fired him. Now, not Barbie, Barry. Sorry, Barry Weiss. And Barry, she is now poised to oversee CNN editorial operations. That's part two. And what do we do about this sort of stuff anyway when Fox News has had for years, I think, the top slots in most watched shows? They have 14 of the 15 most watched TV news shows. Anybody start? Go ahead. Anybody?
Go ahead, Cliff.
I'm disappointed in 60 Minutes. I love 60 Minutes. Watch 60 Minutes every week, and I do not watch it anymore. I watched the interview with the reporter that got fired and everything. And there was also something she wanted to make sure they had already put ICE protesters being violent to the Minnesota and everything, and wanted more of that, and pushed the deadline up until like minutes. He was like, the whole time, I've never been there. He's like, we've never been that frantic. He was like, 5 hours is normally the deadline. 5 hours, and he was like, push it way up there. So she's definitely coming there with an agenda, and he was a lot more polite, but she is definitely political agenda here. I hate that all news is going to right-wing news, so. Or at least CBS.
Well, which is, but also CNN now and all everything.
Yeah, true,
everything under
true.
the umbrella probably with WB.
Yeah, it's
Nothing good to add.
Right.
To kind of piggyback off what Cliff said, I too was big CBS in general. I would watch Nora O'Donnell in the evening news. I would watch 60 Minutes, and then CBS Sunday morning. I sound like a retiree hearing myself say that, but either way,
same.
it was solid stuff, and I have not watched any of those three programs in quite some time, since for probably the past 2 or 3 months since this whole change started. I kind of can't wrap my head around when I hear MAGA or whatever you want to call them. Oh, it's the media. They're against Trump. They're against Trump, when data shows right-wing media is dominating. So I'm like, what media? Like, yeah, there's people out there screaming from the void, like what we're all thinking, but right-wing media is dominating. So I don't know. It's a sad state of affairs.
It really is. And when you take into context that has been going on even before Trump, really. I mean, Fox News has reigned supreme for quite a while, which is kind of like, what? Like, I mean, when you know that your media is definitely slanted, I mean, why would you even bother? Like, I really wouldn't want anything that was completely, absolutely left slanted either. I'd like to have a little bit more of a, just tell me the facts and keep it there down the middle as you can. So I don't really understand the love for it personally.
Yeah. Controversy. That's all it is. Majority of the time.
Yeah.
They got to keep eyes on it.
It's basically just the new reality shows, basically.
Yep.
Right. Listen to this. Russia, I'm not sure if they've done it yet, but they're thinking about moving they're lowering the working age to 12.
Only thing I can say is probably because they've lost like 1 million troops in Ukraine.
That's exactly it.
So,
that's exactly it.
But yeah, 12 is rough.
It is. Yeah. I mean, at some point, maybe you think, hey, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Maybe this has been a bad idea. Thought it was going to be a good idea. Didn't work out the way I planned. Maybe time to recoup. Regroup and rebuild and do all this different stuff and just kind of get our lives back together. But nope, let's just bring in kids to fill the gaps. I guess that's crazy, right?
Nothing to steal Matt's line. Nothing good to add. It's just.
Well, I mean, a lot of us grew up around farms, so I mean, we were doing types of work by that age, but to have a job at that age
Yeah.
and something that you've got to go to and things of that nature, that would be a lot. So I couldn't imagine that. I think I started my public working job when I was 15, and I've worked ever since. But it was still 3 more years. I'd grown quite a bit at that point in time too. So I couldn't imagine it. That's pretty crazy to think about.
That's rough. Inflation rises to 4.2%. Braden, good? Yay! Party time? Break out the party balloons?
According to some, they love it. They love inflation.
We're loving it.
Because apparently, when they sign this peace agreement tomorrow, as of this recording,
Sure.
It'll come down like a rock. So, what's there to worry about?
Okay, cool.
We're good. Moving on. No, it's not surprising. It's not fucking surprising. Like, none of this is surprising. Every economist with half a fucking brain said this would happen. But I guess that's the media again. I guess that's people out there again. Whatever. I'm going to get on a rant. Somebody else talk.
Well, I'm going to steal the line you just stole from Matt. I don't have anything good to say about it, so I'm not going to. Cliff, you got anything on that? I mean, is there anything else to add other than a bunch of bullshit?
Yeah, a bunch of bullshit. That's all I have. So no.
Matt?
I hope that it drops like a rock as stated, but the odds don't seem to be in our favor, I guess would be the best way to say that one. Yeah. I know I was. Go ahead.
I don't think Bob Seger is going to be singing anytime soon.
I'm waiting for the stock sell off and then everything to drop. So that's usually how this works. Or everything to go back up again. That's what I mean. Yeah.
Right. All right. As of now, Elon Musk has become the world's first trillionaire. What do you say? What do you say, Cliff?
No reason, and he needs the shit taxed out of him. All I have to say.
Right?
How do you have a company who lost $4 billion in the first quarter of 2026 get a $1.5 trillion valuation? Math don't math.
Government contract.
Bingo.
That's where it's at.
Yeah, it's unfathomable. Why would you need that? But then again, like you're saying, what exactly makes that number a real number, and what's backing it really? It's crazy to think anyone would even want to amass that much money. Kind of feeling it's not going to be dispersed out anytime soon.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I think I mentioned on here before. I was reading something about how they were talking about how when it comes to the difference between millionaires and billionaires, it's like the average person, unless you're really just thinking hard about it, you can't even fathom the difference between those two, because they said like a millionaire is closer to $1,000 than it is to a billionaire. So if we're talking about a trillionaire, I mean the amount of money that is just it's mind numbing. I mean, we're talking about generations upon generations could never spend that much, even if they tried, kind of a deal. They were talking. They saw some examples on TV. We're talking about they could buy every sports team with and every like football, baseball, all those, and still have money left over, kind of a deal. So it is crazy to me, and I'm not saying that the dude hasn't done some accomplishments, but at the same time, it's like, I mean, yeah, you see some Teslas every now. I mean, where I live, you'll see one or two sporadically. It's not like it took over. It's not like it hasn't replaced the old cars. And what about the self-driving cars? Remember that? Remember that whole spiel?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like this stuff that he's doing has completely, absolutely redefined the world. I understand he's doing a lot of stuff like space, the satellites and stuff, the link up there and all that stuff. But I just think that we're putting a lot of eggs in one basket. So I don't know. Yeah, it's crazy. Okay, so I guess Congress tried to sort of retract that slush fund, but Trump wants to keep it alive. He desperately wants those people to get that money because they have been so scarred. And recently, part two of this, recently the Pentagon hired one of those convicted Capitol January 6th rioters, Elias Irizarry. No, Irizarry. What do you guys think about that?
I mean, again, I'm still waiting on my Doge check. I'm still waiting on a lot of checks that were promised, but
With interest, right?
but I guess the people that tried to overthrow the government get money first.
Well, yeah.
I guess.
They had to go up there. I mean, travel expenses. I mean, there's a lot to think about.
True.
They should all still be in jail. But
Yeah.
Matt, you have any?
I'm just trying to dig up those pictures of me there so I can get my chunk also still. So I know I was there. I was pretty drunk, but I was there.
work some Photoshop.
I thought you were.
I use AI now. You're good. You don't have to work.
That's exactly.
Couple of prompts, you ready to go. Payday.
All right. Kennedy Center begins removing Trump's name and other places as well. Matt?
We had talked about this several times, about all the different places we're seeing the name pop up. It's good to see some pushback. I mean, the Kennedy Center's something that it seems so crazy to me to have Trump's name on that. Now, granted, I'm sure we've still got some bridges and some other buildings that we've got to pull things off there, but it doesn't make any sense. But then again, nothing really has made a lot of sense in a while, so I guess maybe it goes along with it. But like I said, when I sent it to you guys, I was ecstatic. I was like, okay, something's being pulled back. At least there's a few thorns in his side, if nothing else.
I don't know how real it was. I saw some memes. I was glad to see it was Hispanic people pulling it down. So.
That's justified. Matt, you were talking about other places. It has been introduced in Tennessee, like some cockamamie version. It said, "Hey, we should rename the airport Trump International Airport." That did get shot down the first time, but I think it's still floating out there. So you never know. You never know. No, it's great to see. Absolutely. It's definitely time somebody stood up to this tyrant. and you know, and just not let him get away with everything. It's absolutely insane. So, and a humiliating blow to him, absolutely. So, uh, I can dig it. Braden, anything else on that?
No, no. Yeah, glad to see.
Yeah. All right. Post office service, they won't deliver mail ballots for states that won't hand over voter lists under Trump's directive. Right?
Something, both sides, I guess. What are we doing, really? I don't remember ever hearing anything about this ever. Like, what? Same question I've been asking for a year and a half. Where's Congress? Where's anybody to be like, hey, no, we ain't doing that. It's ridiculous.
I never imagined the postal service weaponized. So that's I didn't know about this earlier. I saw the conversation and everything, and I looked this up. I had no clue about this until y'all said something about it. So
It sucks. It's sucky. All right. There's a new claim about Melania that met Trump through Epstein, but I had talked about that a few podcasts ago because there was an author from the UK that actually said that, put it in his book, and then and it did get released, I think, in the UK and in Canada maybe, but then she threatened to sue him, and so it didn't end up in the US version, but it got pulled, I think, from the other ones as well. But so this is a new one. Anything about that, Braden?
I mean, yeah, I think where there's smoke, there's fire. And least we forget, she came out, a month or two back and held a random ass news conference talking about things similar to this. And everybody was like, what was that?
Yeah.
And I guess she was just getting ahead of it. So kudos to her, I guess. I don't know.
She definitely got ahead of it. Yeah.
somebody,
Then,
what? No, I didn't say
that. Also with Epstein, Bill Gates testifies that Epstein tried to blackmail him over affairs. How dare he? How dare that happen? What? Good old Epstein would do that? That's crazy. Crazy talk. So that is. All right. Brady sent some videos, and I actually saw a couple videos before he sent this one, but about the Colorado governor situation going on with all the candidates actually kind of a little wacky, but especially Victor Mark, they're kind of all batshit. But you got something about that?
Yeah, thanks to good old John Oliver. I think it was this past week on his episode he covered this, and the guy you mentioned, Victor Marks, they asked him a question. Apparently, this guy, I can't remember all the list of so-called accomplishments, but just a regular, everyday Captain America, and they asked him if all that was true, and he essentially he had his dog on the stage with him. It's like, essentially, you calling my dog a liar. And then when asked about if apparently he killed someone as a child, and they asked, well, have you killed anyone as an adult? And it took an excruciatingly long time for him to give an answer. And it is wild.
Does it matter?
Yeah, I'd say so. No, it's wild at the candidates that are allowed this far. Like, what in the world?
We're going to see a lot more of it. I think now that Trump has shown that anybody can be in a political office and do and say the craziest shit. I mean, we have a felon for president, okay? I mean, I feel like that just sort of breaks down the barriers. So you're going to have more people like this guy, George Santos, these people that just make up a bunch of bullshit. And
Wasn't he the normal citizen that ordered a military strike?
Yes.
Yes, that's what I was
Victor
thinking.
Mark guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the amount of lies.
Ordered.
I mean, you can just look at this guy's face when he's reacting and tell he's lying, but it's just like, what are you doing? Like, seriously. And who knows? I mean, and there was another guy too. What was he saying? He was saying something about good friends with I don't know, some Nazi or something. I don't know. Like the candidates aren't great. They're not the great. But then this guy here though, he takes the cake of lunacy. And again, I don't think he's not the last one. I think we're going to see more of this going in. Into the upcoming years with new people coming in. It's just like I think the bridge is broken and they're going to flood it with like I'm insane, but vote me in anyway. All right. Social Security retirement trust fund may be depleted by 2032.
It's a little sooner than I thought they had been projecting before. I thought it was sometime in the 2050s.
Well, maybe they lost some money here or there.
Yeah, it seems like maybe some money got missing, potentially. Just seems odd,
Yeah.
you know. And from what I understood, they were talking about potentially raising the retirement age to 70. Did I hear that right too? Does anyone else hear that?
Isn't that crazy?
That's wild to think about.
I think they're going for cuts on benefits right now, also. So
yes, Mike Johnson said what next year they're cutting Medicaid, all the stuff, pretty much all the stuff for the elderly. Yeah, like these guys are great, huh? You guys voted this in? Wow, congratulations. Um, I'm sorry, but if you can give billions and billions of dollars to this and $1 billion to that, I don't feel like we should be hearing this. This is ridiculous. I'm sorry, but the reality is that money is a made up concept, and it's just a fucking truth.
I think Elon can help on some of that.
And Elon should be able to help on it. He probably is the one that took it.
Yep.
I mean, you never know.
Well, do you think about the fact that if things continue in this way where people who are struggling aren't getting help, to me that feels like the dystopian worlds we've seen on so many movies where the poor, they have no other thing to do than to steal and to do things that they shouldn't do.
Right.
And they're going to privatize more prisons.
Right.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And more people to break the rocks, I guess.
It's already illegal to be homeless, so.
I mean, yeah, a lot of places you can be,
Yep.
And public places, yeah. I just think that the disparity between like people who are poor or have very little money and again billionaires and trillionaires, it's just widening all the time, and it's not going to be good. I don't think. And I mean, history's shown it's not been good for them, but I mean, who knows? Maybe they've learned from history, so maybe we're not even capable of any of that. But
Hey, weren't we like relatives, descendants of Marie Antoinette? Like somewhere down the line, wasn't there? Right?
Yeah,
let them eat cake.
Yeah.
Let them eat
I'm
cake.
cool with that.
Another cut was the House advanced a budget bill to cut $200 million in funding for WIC. You know, that program that women get when they need it for babies and stuff. You know, it's insane. It doesn't make any sense.
I got a newborn on the way, so yeah.
Again, I don't get it. I like when you hear there's billions of dollars being for a ballroom, and you know what I mean? Like seriously, but you're telling me we got to cut shit for people? Like this is pissing people off. People have had enough of this shit. It's like seriously, you want to fucking build your fucking gold ass shit and all this arches and all this dumb shit, and then cut federal funding for all these fucking people? Man.
The sick thing is they're voting for that and mad because teen pregnancy's down.
Yeah, exactly. Who the fuck would want to have a kid? I know you're gonna have one, but I'm just saying, young people with no money and no resources, how can you convince them to do it? Can't. Um, ICE got funded for another 70 billion. Got no money for anything else, but 70 billion for ICE. So that's all you really need is this ICE running around. Everybody else is poor, but they're running around. That's good. Uh, let's see here. Did you want to talk about Massey confirming AI data centers? Lobbyists, they're lobbying all over Washington. He's asking for non-compliance, Braden. I feel like that's kind of a no-brainer, but again, how can we really be non-compliant when it's hard to do, you know?
Yeah. I mean, all of this, like we said, kind of ties together. I mean, we're heading right into the dystopia. Like, the poor will be poor, and they will watch them and survey them, and if they do not comply, then ICE will pick them up. And again, some of this is a little tongue in cheek, but is it though?
Right.
No, it's just insane times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about these flock cameras now. These flock cameras are coming up. They're coming up pretty quick everywhere. There is a deflock map place online that you can go and look, and it shows you kind of where all the cameras are. But I mean, the reality is they're going to be everywhere eventually. So you can't really probably avoid them. Is just really the truth. I'm going to tell you right now, in where I live, in this county where I live, uh, there are 12 right now here already. So, I mean, these are on major roadways. You can't really avoid them. I mean, could you? Maybe if you try, but it would be so annoying to do so. So the reality is they're going to be everywhere and real quick. I mean, if there's 12 here, I can't imagine how many is in a bigger city. So yeah, they're going to be everywhere. The surveillance state is here. It's not a thing of the future. It's not something that we're talking about as a hyperbole or a possibility. It really is. It's already here, and it's just
Yeah.
going to become even stronger. Um, let's see here. OpenAI, rather, they got caught selling private chat GPT conversations to Meta and Google. I feel like that's a no-brainer. Who didn't see that coming, or who would be surprised by it? I don't know. And OpenAI Sam Altman, he wants the Trump administration to become the major shareholder, basically thus conceding control to the government, Braden.
I mean, we're painting quite the picture here. Yeah, I mean, it's for the people that aren't at least paying some bit of attention to what's going on. It's going to hit them like a ton of bricks. And I'm not meaning to sound like a doomsday prepper. Life will go on, but yeah, we're heading for uncharted waters for sure. It's wild.
It's not good. It's not good at all. I mean, look, I don't use Chat GPT or any of that stuff to say my private thoughts or ask them a question. Like I don't have an AI girlfriend that I talk to every day and tell my secret thoughts to yet, but because they all rejected me. But the reality, the reality is that you know these some people do. Some people literally just pour their heart out to these things, and it's going to be used against them. That's the problem. So not good.
I think it got cut off of our last one too, but I was talking about the new necklaces they've got, I believe last time. And like you're talking about, those people take their AI buddies, that's the only person they talk to, or
Yeah.
I say person, it's the only thing they talk to is their AI buddy.
He's already there.
So yeah, I mean, I could see that being, and that could pick up everything. It could pick up every conversation. It could even pick up things going on around you while you're walking around talking to your AI. So it's wild to think about.
it is. I saw a couple things of this online, and I didn't really research it, so I don't know exactly how true it is. But I saw a couple where it was saying that people are now creating these new open source computers that will basically work when the internet goes down. Maybe people thinking something could be happening in the near future. I'm not sure, but it's like it's powered by AI, which makes me skeptical already. But apparently, you can actually get it sort of like unplugged from the uh, actual internet. But if it went down, you could actually still be able to use it. There was a couple of them. One of them was made by PewDiePie. You know what I'm talking about? This is a YouTuber guy back in the
Yep.
day. PewDiePie, whatever. So again, I don't know how true all of this is or how it works, but it might be something. And it says that everything that you search or go into, it all stays on your computer. It doesn't go anywhere. So if this is true and it is effective, I mean, this might be something to look into in the future because obviously everything we're doing now is being tracked. So this could be. I think there are people that are kind of looking into alternatives to say to try to get yourself off that grid. So we'll see. Could be good. Um, all right, Braden, the Rothschilds. I'm gonna let you take this whole thing.
So I'm not going to be able to do the video justice, but essentially, and I haven't fact checked all of this, but um, some of it tracks. It was essentially how the Rothschilds came here, bailed America out in the early days, helped fund. I want to say, if I remember right, helped fund the Civil War essentially. Obviously connected to the sinking of the Titanic, helped fund both world wars. And then it gets on and it connects Epstein, like in the 80s through the 90s. And that would explain the power. Again, just scrolling through Reddit, stumbled across it. That does not do it justice. Really, really cool little video. I don't know if it's all true. Perhaps it is. It certainly makes sense. But yeah, very, very fascinating to say the least.
Yeah, and I've watched a
Well,
lot of things on the Rothschilds also. There's supposed to be ties to the Titanic and, how the world banks were set up and things of that nature too. There's all kinds of controversy around that stuff, or conspiracy theories, or whatever you want to call it. But it definitely. I ended up watching that video too. There were a lot of things that aligned with stuff that I had already heard and done research on. So it definitely makes you think about what the possibilities are there.
yeah, we had talked about it on the podcast a couple of times about how the Federal Reserve, a lot of times some of those people that give pushback to it back in the day sort of ended up dead one way or another. So, yeah. Um, it's all connected. It's all very spider webs when you look at a lot of that stuff. So it's yeah. I'm sure. Could some of it be conspiracy theory? Maybe, but I think a lot of it probably holds true. Cliff, you anything on that?
Nope.
All right. What about this, Matt? A new North Carolina law would make it punishable by death penalty to abort or use birth control.
Yeah, like I think I've said before, I've got a daughter, my wife. We talk about a lot of things. I know you all have daughters also. There's a lot of laws that are being passed that seems to be repealing everything that was going along with the women's rights. There's so much stuff going on. Even some of the voting laws are making it to where it could remove women from stuff. So reading that, seeing that a state is trying to put that in place, or by this time may have already put it in place. That's wild to think about. And if I was reading through it correctly, it wasn't just that woman. They could potentially, if a nurse or a doctor was assisting with that kind of stuff, be punishable too. I go do your own research on that one. Um, But yeah, just the thought of those things floating around and people proposing these types of things is even, it's just so weird. And once again, we were talking about a minute ago. They're pulling WIC. They're taking back all kinds of benefits. A lot of these folks who need to have an abortion or won't be able to take care of the kid, they're doing it so it's not a strain. But I got a feeling we're going to have a lot of hungry kids.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the whole thing itself is an oxymoron and probably made by morons, let's be real. It's an oxymoron by morons because the reality is what, you're going to kill somebody who wouldn't be pro-life?
Yeah.
It's like, you're not, as George Carlin would say, you're not pro-life, you're anti-woman. That's, I don't know. Kind of, it's ridiculous. Braden, anything on that?
No, it's. I sometimes wonder how it's going to be when my daughters get 14, 15 on up. Like what kind of world they're going to be going into. It's very frightening.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you. As a dad of a daughter, I worry the same thing. It's a wife, everything. It's scary all the time. Right now, I hope that we can claw back some of these rights for the women, but it's going to be a lot harder of a fight than it was to lose them. It was nobody put up a fight when they lost them. So
exactly, yeah. All right, let's go to Tennessee. All right, Tennessee requires data centers to pay for their own electricity. Right?
This is good. I mean,
yeah.
They have billions, and as we've talked about, think of it like this. They put these data centers up, and it's been documented that people who live around them, we've covered it on here, their electric bills go up. All of the water they're using, all the resources that these things will use, it's just like terrible. So I guess the least they can do, is pay for their own electricity. But still, just those things are terrifying because they're gonna take so many resources, and they're not gonna stop.
No, right, and residents shouldn't have to pay a higher electricity bill because they come into town. I mean, they're already going to have to suffer from obviously low pressure water and shit in the water anyway, sludge or whatever. But yeah, it's crazy to think of. And did you hear that one about they're trying to put one next to the Nashville Zoo?
Yep.
which is insane. Right? It's like, who cares? But they're not going to care. I mean, and they're gonna go. It's going to be here, there, and everywhere by the time this is over. I don't know. It's insane.
Aren't some of them for like just mining crypto? Aren't that's what some of these are for?
There are already some of those. There are already some of those, but I think these new ones that are AI powered, they're just they produce so much more wattage. I think.
Yeah. Why are we mining crypto? Like, why is that a thing?
I don't know. I'm too old to get it. I don't fucking know.
I guarantee you that the normal person's not mining crypto.
It's a bunch of nerd shit, man. I mean, if I'm being honest. I mean, I've tried to understand it, but I just, it's like NFTs. Remember those? Remember those that came and went real fast? I feel like some of this stuff is fatty, and some of it has stayed around. The cryptocurrency, I think it's stayed around just because criminals use it so often that it's there. But yeah, I don't know.
Yep. That's the one thing keep it afloat. I agree.
I think that's it. Up next, Tennessee Representative Andy Ogles posted on his Twitter or some social media. Homosexuality has no place in America. Got a little bit of backlash from it. I think he took it down and said, "Oh, that was a staffer." I wonder where you got that from. Ooh, I've never heard that before.
Learning the top.
Oh, homosexuality has no place in America. What a nice thing for a representative to say in a state that obviously has gay people. Uh, Again, when you talk about Matt going backward, it's like
Oh yeah,
it's
definitely
crazy.
seen it everywhere. So many things that have been pushed for, and finally some movement looked like it was heading in a direction where people could be people. I mean, don't get me wrong. We've talked about this too. About the equality that it felt like we were getting to all seems to be stripped away or being stripped away. And like Cliff and Braden alluded to earlier, like once you lose those things, it's going to be that much harder to get them back.
Yes.
I thought the same thing when they started talking about some of the voting redistricting and how that was changing things. I was like, oh wow, so we got to where some of these things kind of seemed like they were making sense, and now you're just going to mix it all up. And
they weren't making sense. They weren't making sense. They just made it worse. Now they can keep black people in second. Yeah, they keep them out.
Yeah, it's a lot of weirdness. I just don't understand at the moment.
Yep. All right. Still in Tennessee. Tennessee drugs, kratom and THC is out starting next month. But correct me how to say this. Ibogaine psychedelic is in. How do you say that, Braden?
I think it's Ibogaine. Yeah, it's
Ibogaine. Okay.
So I did. I talked to some local folks, and apparently they're going to stay open. So that's good. It's not as bad as I feared as far as the July 1st ban. Apparently, yeah, THCA, which is when lit, essentially is straight up just marijuana. That's gone. Any kind of flower is gone. A lot of gummies, if they're under 15 milligrams, are still in. So it's not as bad as I feared, but
Okay.
I'm glad that if you meet certain requirements, some businesses will stay open. I think this Ibogaine is the Joe Rogan shit that they signed through via text or whatever the fuck they were doing.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. It is whatever. Like I said, it's just not as bad as I feared. I'm sure this Ibogaine will be wonderful and won't cause any issues.
We're all going to be tripping on Ibogaine. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Listen to this. Tennessee man arrested after killing and skinning his dog because he planned to eat it. I think we finally got to they're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs situation.
Motherfucker was right. God damn it.
Well,
all you have to do is take away the wick and the support. Now you just
right. Cut all the funding. What else are you going to eat?
Oh.
I mean, I always thought if you were going to eat something, it was okay, but
Oh. God.
it's a wild one. I'm not sure exactly why he wanted to eat the dog. Maybe he was just curious, but yeah, that's an interesting one for sure. Tennessee Health Department warns parents that they will report their children to immigration officials. So you're here illegal, but your kid gets sick. You have nowhere to go. You want to go to the health department, and you'll go there and they say, "Hey, look, we will turn you in, so you have nowhere to go." That's pretty scary for
That's pretty
everybody.
cruel. Yeah.
Yeah, there is a lot of cruelty to it. Yes, absolutely. I mean, when you look at places like that, I mean, back in the old days, I think the thought was they're there to help you, you know. But it's like it kind of like at any cost, like, oh, you don't have insurance, we're going to take care of you right now. We'll figure it out later. But now we're saying, oh no, you're going to be put on the list. They're going to come. Basically, they're gonna come for you. So that just tours. So what's gonna happen is all these sick kids are gonna go without any sort of treatment, and they're gonna get sicker or die or whatever. It's just gonna be terrible.
Yep, and they're gonna be afraid to go into the hospitals.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. I guarantee that's already been happening. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, my immigrants usually don't call the police and everything for that reason. So crimes happen to them on a higher level because
Sure, that makes sense. Sure. Yeah.
Or at least go unreported on a higher level. I know that.
Always target the ones who won't report it, right? Yeah.
Yep.
That makes a lot of sense. All right. Last thing I got for you, declassified CIA files suggest that the U.S. explored weather manipulation as a tool for global dominance. Now, this could just be hearsay gossip. I did not research this, but I did see it online. So,
well, it's got to be true.
It's got to be true. I think we talked a little bit about the chemtrails, remember back and all that. What do we think about this? Is that a possibility? I don't put it past the government, really, but.
Well, I mean, even Nikola Tesla was working on things that could harness the weather. They talk about the Germans who, during World War II, were trying to figure out how to use the weather. So, I mean, it's something that's been researched for a long time. Do I think it's possible that someone's figured out a way to do it? Or at least got a good enough idea to think they can? Yeah. And, if anybody's going to use it, it wouldn't surprise me if it was us.
I don't think that it didn't say they perfected it. I think they were just exploring to do it. I think that was the goal. I don't know if they actually achieved what they were looking for.
And for no reason could it be used for good.
It's always used for good.
Maybe we could use it for good.
Yeah, exactly. It says for global dominance. That's good, right?
Yeah.
All right. That's all I got, guys. You got anything else? Anybody? Cliff, what do you got? Anything?
Nothing at all, man.
All right. Matt?
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, man. Glad to have you back.
Did I talk to you guys last time about the Led Zeppelin documentary? Has that been since we met last?
I don't think so.
Yeah, if not, there's a really good Led Zeppelin documentary out right now. It's been so long that I can't even tell you what streaming service it's on. But if you see it, take a look at it. There's a lot of stuff I didn't realize. Like, they were playing music well before Led Zeppelin ever formed. They were kind of a super group when they come together. And they actually, as opposed to getting signed, they made their first album and then went out and ended up getting hooked. It was a lot of really good stuff. Some great clips that I've never seen them playing live too. So if you're a Led Zeppelin fan, take a look for that one too.
All right. Sweet. Braden, you got anything?
Yeah, I'm a big Zeppelin fan, so I'll definitely be on the watch out for that. No, I got nothing. Fun as always.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, remember, don't. You did it.
You gotta do it like this.
You gotta do it like this.
Am I missing out?
Because they're saying last time we talked about if you do it the other way, AI can scan your fingerprints.
Yeah. Gotcha.
It's just a new fun thing.
I'm giving this one to AI.
There you go.
There you go. All right, guys. Till next time. Peace.